So we do have quite a bit of weather over the next few days, not least tomorrow, where we will have some really quite wet and windy weather coming our way. Thankfully, it returned to something drier and altogether brighter on Friday, and throughout, for now at least, it remains on the milder side. So this will be the setup tomorrow. A big area of low pressure sits up towards the northwest there. That will drive weather fronts across the UK, and those of course bringing some really quite wet weather. A Met Office warning coming into force, and as well as the rain, it will also be quite windy as well. Out there at the moment then, lots of cloud on the scene, and through the course of this evening and tonight we will see some rain coming our way. Quite persistent, locally heavy perhaps through the early hours, and even by dawn still lingering across much of the region, accompanied by a brisk southerly wind. All of that of course though keeping temperatures very much up on where they should be at this point in the year. So tomorrow morning, a brief lull in proceedings, perhaps becoming drier for a time, but it won't be long at all before further rain piles in from the south and west. That Met Office warning comes into force, and the rain will be accompanied by some really brisk winds too, especially so around the south coast, where we could have gusts in the region of 50 to perhaps 60 miles per hour. But a mild day with highs around 11 or 12 degrees. As I said though, all of that will clear away eastwards overnight into Friday. Friday itself offering a vast improvement. Quite a bit of weather on the way then over the next few days, not least tomorrow, where it will be really quite wet and windy for a time. Quieter for Friday though, and throughout, still generally on the mild side for the time of year. But this will be the setup tomorrow, so a deep area of low pressure up towards the north and west, driving fronts across the UK, and that all bringing a spell of wet and at times windy weather. Out there at the moment, a lot of cloud on the scene and some outbreaks of rain. That rain perhaps becoming quite persistent and locally heavy for a time during the early hours, but it will move its way eastwards as the night wears on. And by dawn, for most of us, a return to drier, if still rather cloudy conditions, and the southerly breeze keeping us all frost free. So tomorrow morning, a brief lull in proceedings, some drier weather initially, but it won't last. The rain soon piles in from the south and southwest. That warning comes into force from 9 o'clock in the morning, and that in turn will be accompanied by some really brisk winds, especially so along the south coast, where we could have gusts in the region of 50 to 60 miles per hour. Mild though, highs tomorrow 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. Now through the course of tomorrow evening and overnight into Friday, all of that will start to clear away eastwards. Friday itself looking like a vast improvement, much more in the way of dry and bright weather, and that continues I think into Saturday too.